Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another session of our Seniors Workouts from Home. This week we've been sticking to a plan of trying to work the whole body and yet trying to keep the overall time and duration of the sessions down. I'm also trying to make the training this week a little bit lighter than I ordinarily would, so we're going to follow that same model today. Let's go ahead and get started with it. I want you to start by rotating the arms, except we're going to do that today with a 90-degree angle approximately in your elbows. If you can't raise the elbows up, you're going to do the rotations like this. But if you can manage with your shoulders, you're going to raise the hands up and rotate them forwards and backwards like this. So I do this or this, it's your choice. Just follow along. I'm not counting because I want you to be able to go at your own pace for these. This is just to warm up your rotator cuff muscles, the four muscles of your rotator cuff. The further back you can pull those hands and forearms, the better. The further forwards you can get them to rotate, the better. So instead of just quickly flapping them forwards and backwards, I actually would like for you to squeeze the muscle a little bit at the back and then squeeze the muscles again when you've rotated them forward. So you're really trying to press or push the range of motion back for this. We're going to do a few more. Excellent. I want you to reach across with your right arm without twisting. Just reach as far across as possible. Let your shoulder blades separate off like you're reaching for something. Awkwardly reaching for something, and then reach across with your left arm. Again, we're not going to twist. We're going to try and let that shoulder blade stretch. Reach, 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 really squeeze the chest. And once more, reaching across with the left. What we're doing here is we're separating the shoulder blades. Stretching out the back. And then one more time reaching across with the left arm. Again, if you can't get your arm this high up, just reach diagonally down. Okay, now I want you to widen the stance of your feet. Let's get those legs and hips involved. I want you to push the hips slightly back, bend the knees, go as low as you can go, cross those arms over. We're going to rise up. We're going to take a deep breath in here. Stretch those arms as far apart as you can. Dip down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Fill up your stomach. You can push your stomach out for this one. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then once more, breathe out. Breathe in to rise. All right, I'd like for you to lean your head or tilt it to the left as far as you can. And then tilt your head as far as you can to the right. Let's tilt it to the left. Let's tilt it to the right. Now I want you to take your chin and tuck your chin in towards your chest. And we're trying not to droop our spine forwards. For this one, we want to keep an adequate posture. So we're just stretching from the base of the neck here. And then look up to the ceiling. Take some deep breaths in and out. Now I want you to look down this time, except tilt the head slightly to the left. So we're tucking our chin into our chest and leaning our head to the left. So what we're doing is we're focusing the attention on the right side of the neck, right side and back of the neck. Pulling the right shoulder down, the opposite shoulder down, as far as you can to intensify that stretch. And then come back to neutral. Tuck your chin in and turn the head or lean it slightly to the right. So if your head's tilting or leaning to the right, you should feel an increase in stretch on the left-hand side and back of the neck. Running into the shoulder. Great. And then the last thing we're going to do are some some head rotations. So tuck the chin in, roll the head to either side. You choose which direction you'd like to start in. Roll it all the way back. The opposite side. Forwards. We're going to do 3 full revolutions. Take your time and especially slow down when you get to those spots that feel a little bit tighter. There's 2. If you finish ahead of me, you can add one. But I'd really prefer that you take your time and go nice and slow, and that's 3. So we can begin in the opposite direction, to the right, all the way back, to the left, forwards, continue, or whatever direction you're going in. There's 2, and then 1 more, and 3. All right, we're done with our warm-up. Let's get started in earnest. You're going to want a chair or a wall or something that you can use to help you balance, because this first one is not so easy. So what I'm going to do is hold the chair for balance, and the leg that's in between me and the chair, that's going to be the one that's rotating. So I'm going to try to take the knee, the front of the thigh, and my toes, and I'm going to rotate them as far as I can to the, well, if it's my right leg, to the right side of the room. If you're using your left leg, rotate to the left. Squeeze the muscles in your hips, and then rotate as far in as you can. Squeeze the muscles in your hips and legs. And then rotate out, and rotate in. We're going to do that 10 times. I'm just giving a brief pause at the extremes in both directions. This is 3. Just to make sure that I'm flexing the muscles and engaging them fully. 4. We're going to continue. 5. 6. What you notice, even though I'm having to focus on this side, 7. The standing leg, the supporting leg, is really the one that's going to get tired. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Great. And now we're going to switch sides. And while you're switching sides, a word of advice. For the standing leg, when it starts to fatigue, make sure that the hip doesn't start to settle. Keep it tight. Keep everything stacked on top of one another, lined up. So we'll stand on the opposite side and start. 1. Both directions. Give it a good squeeze. 2. 3. 4. Great. 5. We're going to follow this exercise up after 6 with another exercise for your hips, for your glutes. 7. 8. 9. As you've heard me say in the past, 10. The muscles that we're working right now do 3 things. They keep your hips even when you're stepping from one foot to the other. They help you to rotate your leg. They help you to raise the leg laterally or take side steps. So we're going to train the same muscle in a different way now. So grab a rubber band. If you have a long enough band and you feel comfortable, by the way, anyone out there, whenever I do the exercise I'm about to show you, you can stand on the band with both feet, hold one loose end in either hand, and just take the side steps like this. But if you're struggling with balance and that makes you nervous, then you're going to step on the band with one foot along the inside of the curve, and so basically step on the band with both feet anyway. But you're going to hold on to a chair, and you're going to hold on to the other end of the band with your free hand. And all you're going to do is take a little side step out and bring it back. Now, don't do this. By the way, follow along with me so you get a little exercise while I describe this. Don't do this. I want the whole body to move with the foot. I want you to have to brace, flex the knee a little bit, not much, just a little bit, and then push off and come back. If that's really hard, start like this with a partial weight transfer. We're going to do this for a multiple of 9, starting from 0. 9, and it's the effort of having to stretch that band apart with the feet. 18, and then having to come back to the central position. 27, it really makes this effective. 36. If you can take a bigger step, 45, go ahead, take a bigger step. 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. So let's switch the band. And again, if you're stepping onto the band with both feet and walking around without the chair, the first version that I showed, you can just continue to alternate steps to the left and steps to the right. So here we go. Let's count back from 90. 81, 72, 63, 54, 45, 36, 27, 18, 9, and 0. Okay, you can remove the band and put it to the side for now. We're going to do one more exercise for the hips. And then I'm going to have you sit down. So stand behind the chair, hold on to it with one hand, stand on the floor with the opposite hand. So I happen to be using my right leg and left hand. Right leg, left hand. You could reverse that if you like. It means that my remaining limbs can rise. So my right hand and my left leg are going to rise up and drop down as high as I can. We're going to spell the following word, Overmorrow, forwards and then backwards with the other side. Starting at O, B, E, R, M, and if you're feeling like this feels more difficult than usual, O, it's because we pre-exhausted, we pre-worked the same muscles. R, that's a good thing. O, I don't want to overtax these muscles every day, W, but assuming you're getting enough rest time and you're drinking enough water, every now and then it's good to work them a little harder than usual. So let's spell that backwards from W. O, R, O, M, R, E, I hope you're feeling this, V, and then the last one, O. I think after that you've earned the right to have a seat. So grab your chair, make yourself comfortable. We're going to do a scissor action, so that means lifting the feet up, one over, one under. This counts as one rep. Over and under is one rep. We're going to count/spell the following sequence. It's 8-8-8, so triple 8, 9-8-9, and then I threw you for a loop at the end there, J, 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 and C. So just take a moment, try to remember that. It's the 9-8-9, it's probably going to get you. Remember 8-8-8, 9-8-9, J, 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 C. Okay? Let's start. Further back you sit in your chair, the easier. So keep that in mind. Grip the chair and we'll begin at 8. 8. 8. Let's take your time. I'm not in a rush here. 9. 8. Not in a rush here to finish it all. 9. J. We're going to take our time and enjoy the movement. J and J. And then the last one, see if you can remember it. That's right, that was a C. So we're going to spell it backwards. So we're count it. C, J, J, J. And here's the part. Give yourself a moment to remember it. That's 9, 8, 9, 8, 8, 8. Okay, so it's a lot of work for your quads and your hips and your balancing muscles. So let's grab the rubber band again and get to work on your arms and your upper back. So what I'd like for you to do with this one is to loop it around the band around the base of either foot. It doesn't really matter to me which one it is. You're going to do two actions. You're going to pull your elbows in and then you're going to extend the elbows out. So from the side it looks like this. I pull my elbows in close to the body and then I extend the elbows out like that. We are going to do one more multiple. Let's make that, let's make it 4. We'll start from 0 and then send the arms forward again. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Try to keep those shoulders down. Try not to let them hunch up towards the ears. 32, 36, and 40. Now, if, by the way, you have trouble raising the leg, just drop the foot down to the ground. You can still anchor the foot. You anchor the band around the foot. I just prefer it if you can extend the leg and keep the foot up because it's a little extra exertion. It's a little extra exercise for the front of the hip and the thigh. So the last one that we're going to finish with is just going to be another one of these. I've been favoring them lately. I really want to work your back. So we're going to open and close the hands with this reverse fly action. But as you pull the hands back, I'd like for you to turn. If I have my thumbs, I want you to turn the thumbs up to the ceiling and then back to the wall behind you, if you can rotate that far. So I start thumbs facing each other, thumbs up, thumbs back. We're going to count this in a multiple of, we should count 40 backwards. So 40, 36, 32, 28. Now I know what you're thinking to yourself right now. 24. I wish we could do more than 10 of these. 20. I wish I could do this all day long. 16. But trust me, I think you're just going to need the one set today. 12. I don't want to have you overwork. 8. Maybe next time we can do some extras. 4. And then the last one, I'm certain you're feeling in your shoulders by now. If you were able to pull back and rotate at the same time, you're certainly feeling that in the shoulders by now. It's a great exercise to finish the day and to tie all the muscles in the shoulder girdle together, except for your chest. So let's move the chair aside and grab a ball, something that bounces. It could be small, it could be large. As long as it bounces and you can catch it in one hand. It's not going to be a peripheral sight training exercise today. It's just pure coordination. Pretty simple, but not easy. We're going to bounce or throw it with our right hand. And when we throw it with the right hand, we're going to tap the right foot like this. When we throw it with the left hand, we're going to tap with the left foot. You can throw and then tap, throw and then tap, or you can throw and tap. Whatever style works better for you. My only piece of advice is not to stand upright like this. Get a little flex in the hips, get a little flex in the knees, and either do it like this or with one foot in front with a slightly staggered stance so you can react better. It's the final multiple for the day. We're going to make that an 11, starting with 0. And give yourself time to catch each time. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Remember, you can track this one with your eyes this time. 66, 77, 88, 99, 110, counting back from 110, 99, 88, 77, 66, 55, 44, 33, 22, 11, and 0. You are off the hook for today, so you can put that ball away. I hope you enjoy the gorgeous weather that we're having lately. I'm going to see you again for another set of sessions next week. For now, I hope you enjoy the weekend. Stay hydrated. It's the hot season. I can't say enough. Drink lots of water. Make sure you don't get dehydrated. It's really easy to happen. Until I see you again, stay safe, stay active, stay healthy.